Welcome to Tasty Tea House Moments. Sometimes adventures are not far away. Sometimes they grow quietly in our backyard. Join Kelly at Kelly's ASMR as we explore tea stories, Jamaican bush traditions, family memories, and the moments hidden inside every cup. Brew, savor, reflect. This is Tasty Tea House Moments. Thank you for sharing this tea house moment with me. Explore more tea stories, notes, and discoveries at tastyfoodadventures.com/teahouse. Until next time, pour gently, sip slowly, and enjoy the adventure.
Oh, hello and welcome back again to Tasty Tea House Moments with me at Kelly's ASMR. And as we open our show today, I just want to share a poem with you because today's episode is so special because I'm going to be telling you how Kelly's Tea House was born, from Yaad to my tea bar. All right, so let's go. So the poem I'm sharing with you today is from my book. I'm an author, and this book is titled Poetic Emotions. Poetic Emotions, written by me, Raquel Reese, which is my correct name. But of course, on this podcast, I'm using my YouTube handle at Kelly's ASMR. Okay, awesome. So, the title of the poem, Today. Today is a new day, fresh and clean. The burst of daylight within me streams. Afresh and new, my dreams take wing. My life to live, wild and free. Today I redefine myself. To love with understanding, to trust with forgiveness, to respect with honor, to assist with patience. To listen without judgment, to serve without reward, to guide without control, to give without expectation, to try without regret, embracing now with gratefulness, celebrating life in its fullness. That was a beautiful poem. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, liking, sharing, watching. However you support me, I just want to say to you today, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter. So, this is episode 2, and for some of you may be wondering, why didn't I make this episode 1? Because this is the flow I wanted, and I wanted to start out with a tea first, so you know what this is about, and then afterwards I'll share with you how we got here, and then we continue on our journey. All right, and so I invite you, please come with me, and I really truly hope that this brings you calm and joy, and you follow me. Let's go. All right, so how Kelly's Tea House was born, from Yaad to Malmö City to my tea bar at home, and now here I am sharing it with you. Well, welcome back to Tasty Tea House Moments, and in episode 1, we talked about trumpet leaf tea, and in a way that was the history of this whole thing, because it was really the trumpet leaf tea that inspired that got me to fall in love with teas, because my dad gave it to me, and the trumpet leaf tea was what started me on this entire journey, right? So in episode 1, we talked about the trumpet leaf tea, and introduced this little corner of the world we are building together. Let me say that again. In episode 1, we talked about trumpet leaf tea and introduced this little corner of the world we are building together. But today is different. Today is not about a blend. It is not about ingredients. It is not even about tea. Today is about a journey from Yaad to Malmö City, that I went to Denmark, then to Sweden where we end up staying, and I'm going to tell you about that. So it's from Yaad to Malmö City to my tea bar at home, and now here I am sharing it with you. So, the girl who fell in love with tea. Growing up, tea was almost our family health routine. If I was sick, tea. If something fell off, tea. If I had mosquito bites, tea. If medicine was needed, Dad gave it to me in tea. That's what my daddy did. Gave it to me in tea. Tea was comfort. Tea was care. Tea was how love showed up. Trumpet leaf, leaf of life, cerasee, those cups became memories. And honestly, tea was always one of my favorite meals. I remember even when I was in school and stuff, and even, persons would ask me, even today, what is your favorite meal? Tea. Tea is my favorite. Yeah? All right. So even now, if there is the slightest sign of an ailment, tea is still one of the first places that I go. Now, the trip. Years later, I visited Sweden. I walked the streets of Malmö City. I entered cafés, tea spaces, little pastry shops, quiet places, and something happened. Now, let me share with you how I got here in the first place, and that I am so grateful for this opportunity. Sometimes you just never know why God allows certain things to happen. And to be honest with you, it was so interesting how I even got to Malmö City in the first place, because I didn't know I would have gotten to that place. And a lot happened in order for that to have happened to me. A lot happened in my job, and changes happened. And I don't want to go into that, but a lot happened in my job. And it's funny because this whole travel experience for me, at one point in time, I was so regretful of it. Like, I felt like I wish it hadn't happened, because there was so much in my understanding and based on my experience and my perspective of it, there was a lot of chaos around it. But you see, God knows what God is doing anyway. So I was blessed enough, and I want to say thank you to Dr. Sandra Knight. She was the chair of the board at that time. And she was really instrumental in me having had this opportunity. So the first global conference on contraception, reproductive and sexual health was held in Copenhagen, Denmark on May 22 to 25, 2013, hosted by the European Society of Contraception and Reproductive Health, ESC. It brought together experts to explore global and regional perspectives on reproductive health. And I was extremely blessed to have been a part of the team from my country that went. So let me just show you some of my pictures being there. So to the left of the screen, you'll see some pictures. That's me in that orange pants there. And these are the spaces I went into and fell in love with. So here it is, Central Station. Here we go, when I had their cash. And yeah, this was us, and that's me eating. So Scandic Malmö City. Now, let me say this from here. I am here sharing my story and an experience I've had. I am not here on a speech exercise. So if I mispronounce a word, it's not to be disrespectful, and I hope that you won't focus on that too much, because I'd like you to just focus on the story. And sharing the story with you, yes, I'm going to have to use certain words, because this city had such an impact on me, such a beautiful impact on me, and influenced what I did next. So I just please bear with me, because that's not my tongue. That's not the language I speak, but I'm learning, All right. So that's me eating or whatever. So I just wanted you to see a little bit about it while I go further into this thing. So yeah. So you can look at that while I'm talking. Yes, there we go. So, like I said, the trip, which was my experience with my dad would have laid the groundwork with me falling in love with tea, and tea being that source of comfort and care and love that I experienced. And then years later, when I went on this trip, I visited Sweden. I walked the streets of Malmö city. It was such a beautiful experience. I remember when we got to Malmö city, we didn't really know we didn't really understand how things work and how the transportation system works or whatever. So we were on a budget because we were on what they call the per diem. And so we had to get a card, like a card-like thing or ticket for the train, right? But we did not know that the same ticket for the train was the same ticket for the bus. We did not know that. So we would walk from the train all the way up to that image that I showed you of Scandic Malmö City, which is the hotel where we stayed. And when you when you go somewhere and you're trying to fit in and you're trying to represent yourself in the best way. I remember I was wearing heels, right? And we're walking in the night because it was late in the evening after the whole conference. So we would go attend the conference and then come back because the conference was actually in Denmark, but because all the hotels were booked, so we had to go to Sweden. That's how we ended up in Sweden, right? So we're walking from the train station, all the way up to where the hotel is. And I'm telling you, the shoe hurt. It hurt. Oh my gosh, I was in these heels that didn't fit me properly because back then I didn't really have a budget for clothes. This trip was one of those trips that I'm telling you, I felt the worst. I felt I looked the worst. I didn't have budget for the right clothes. It was just so much going on, and I remember, let me go back to show you I remember I just felt so out of place. Here we are. It was just and this shirt, this sweater that I'm wearing couldn't even fit me properly because I did not have the money to get the right clothes to attend. And I remember, oh my gosh, it was something. And I remember feeling so out of place. And right here, you can see where it says Central Station. So that's where we would get on the train and get off the train. And then we would walk from here. We are walking. We would walk to the train, and from the train all the way back to where's the hotel? To right here where the hotel is, right? Man, it was a journey. It was very, very far. And I remember, I think it was like the first night we were walking. And then they were ahead of me because my shoes, it was killing me. Okay. And then as we were walking, I'm like, where are we going? This does not seem familiar. And I remember I called them. I'm like, hey, we missed it. You're going too far away. So I had to call them back. And it's so funny because they had left me struggling and I had to come back and help them find back their way. You see how life goes? But it's okay. So we came back so I'm just saying, but then later on we'd find out because I don't remember. I know I was the one who went and I'm like, okay, listen, I don't have the right shoes for this kind of walk. So I remember I called the person I was dating at the time. He lived in the UK. So I called him at the time and I was asking, like, how does this transport system work? Like, I need funding for ticket or something. I cannot do this walk. And I remember he told me to go to the train station or the transportation centers, whatever that station was, and ask them. And when I went there, I found out that the same ticket for the train is the same ticket for the bus. And I love the system. They have you buy one ticket and it takes you everywhere you're going and back. I really like that. And then we didn't have to do that long, everlasting. When I tell you, and it was a hill coming up, it was crazy. And then when we traveled, we had all these books and stuff, resources that we had to carry with us and resources that we got from the conference that we wanted to take back to Jamaica that we're traveling with. So it was quite a bit, you know what I mean? So it was so funny. I mean, it is so funny now. It wasn't so funny then. But yes, that is what happened, right? Yeah, that's what happened with regards to the travel. So I walked the streets of Malmö City, as I was saying. I entered cafes, tea spaces, little pastry shops, quiet places, and something happened. I was not searching for business ideas. The thing is, right, because this is how I viewed me. I felt like the one out of place. That's how I felt. I felt like, I don't know how I ended up here. It's like a street kid ended up in the rich man's backyard or something, is how I felt. Like I am out of place. Like I'm not equipped for this kind of space, So for me, when other persons were doing their dining and they were going to different, stuff, I didn't have the cash or whatever. So for me, I started looking for what do I really like? So I started looking for the things that I like, and that's how I ended up with the teas and stuff like that, because I really love teas. There's nothing for me like entering a space where herbs and teas and stuff like that. And I'm not talking coffee shop. I'm talking tea, like a tea space where you have like herbs and different kinds of teas and different kinds of things that you eat when you're having tea. Just that kind of environment. And I really pray to God that God has it in my future to own a tea house spot someday. I would really, really love to, but yeah. I currently have one. It's on my website. But I mean a physical place or space, or maybe I don't even have to, because I have recreated it in my home, which I'm going to talk to you about as well. But anyway, I was not searching for business ideas. I was not looking for inspiration. I was simply looking at cups, looking at herbs, watching people slow down, candles, warm drinks, small pastries, beautiful displays, old furniture. Oh my God, I loved it. I want you to see what I saw there. Let me show it to you. It was so, here it is. Oh my gosh, this is such a beauty right here. I felt like I was home. These right here, I felt like I was home. Old furniture, tea strainers resting quietly in cups. I came here and I searched for this strainer to purchase it, and I eventually got it on Amazon. And you'll see it in my videos. If you go to my YouTube channel at Kelly's ASMR, you'll see me use that in when I'm doing my teas, the herb teas. Yeah. Right. And everything felt intentional. Tea was not rushed. Tea was an experience, and something inside me whispered, I love this. I love this. It is really, really, really beautiful. Beautiful. Right? Oh, look at that. I just want to share that with you. Yes. But here's the thing. I did not come home wanting to become a Scandinavian tea expert. That was never the dream. My heart still belonged to Jamaica. My roots were still here. My father's teas were still here. The memories were still here. So I asked myself, what happens when the coziness I found abroad meets the warmth I have always known? That question became Kelly's Tea House. And I remember it took me a while to set this up, and I remember storing the photos that I have from my travel, and I kept thinking, how can I recreate this? How can I recreate it? At one point in time, I wanted to purchase land and establish a tea farm, still have that dream, or have it in my backyard or whatever. So now when you hear me talk about going to the backyard and then discovering what happened when I talked about this in the first episode, now you can understand why I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm at the right place. Like, look what I found here. This trumpet tree. Just beautiful, You'd have to watch episode 1 of this podcast for that. Yeah. So now, right? So like I said, that's not what I was necessarily looking for, but that's how Kelly's Tea House was born. Now, in my home, oh my gosh, oh, that's my little tea bar. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. So, and now here I am sitting beside my tea bar at home. I literally am sitting right next to my tea bar recording this. My little corner, my cups, my herbs, my cocoa, my teas, plants nearby, sunlight through curtains, a quiet place built slowly. One shelf, one cup, one memory at a time. And if you watch my channel, you know it took some time to get here. I've been trying to find different spaces. Where do I put it? What do I get? You know, stuff like that. I love it. This makes me so happy. So Kelly's Tea House is not some giant tea company. It is not a luxury destination. Sorry. Kelly's Tea House is not some giant tea company. It is not a luxury destination. It is a story. It is heritage. It is comfort. It is Jamaica. Meeting a feeling that touched my heart in Malmö. So beautiful, so wonderful. I'm so humbled, so grateful. You know, it is my hope that you'll be able to recreate this in your own home for your own comfort. And if you go on my website to tastyfoodadventures.com/tea house, go to the tea house section. I actually share information there with you of how you can recreate this very thing in your own home. Yeah, so I share the information there. Okay, so I'm here now sharing this dream with you. Today we have blends, all right? And the first blend that I created, and my blends, if you watched episode 1 or listened to episode 1 of this podcast, then you'd have heard me talk about how I came about my blends being 3 ingredients, 3 different herbs or teas or whatever to create a blend. So you can go and watch that to know why I do that, but that's how I do it. And the first one is Charlotte cocoa. And I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, because Charlotte is a Swedish word, okay, that I had to go search for how do they pronounce this. Yes, it's Charlotte cocoa. Bush and Bless, Soursop Serenity, Fevergrass Glow, Roots Revival, Hugo, and Yaad. Hugo, that's another Swedish word. Hugo and Yaad. But these are not products to me. These are chapters, pieces of a journey from bush traditions to cozy moments, from Yaad to Malmö City to my tea bar at home, and now to you. So as you can see, as I'm sharing on the screen, that the different blends are there. And if you go to my website, to the tea house section, you can actually, I have curated the different blends for you, where you can go directly using the link from the website, and it takes you directly to the curated lists of these products for each blend that you can purchase through Amazon. It's already connected and everything. All right, so it makes it easy for you to access them. See, there we go. Yes, so I just want to say thank you so much. This is such a joy for me, such a pleasure for me. And let's go back to the website. I just want to, oh my gosh. So that is Hugo and Yaad. Cozy abroad, colorful at home. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And then we have the Fevergrass Glow, Fresh Breeze from Yaad, Fevergrass, Peppermint, Orange Zest. When you go there, you'll see all of them, you know, and see what they entail, what the different blends entail, and see where I told you that I have the information there, where Kelly's Tea House at home, how to recreate the experience. And I share it with you, what it is, what I would like the experience to be for you, and you can recreate it yourself at your own home, where coziness, Kelly's Tea House and blends bush traditions with cozy ambiance. It's where the coziness I found abroad meets the warmth I've always known. So you have the Kelly's Tea House, and you see I give the information and everything. And all of these things that I have, if you just go to my Amazon storefront, linked through my tea house section of the website. You'll see I curate all of these things for those of you who want to access it, and then you can get it directly on Amazon. Yes. This is so special. Very, very special. Very special, and means a lot to me. Yes. Anyway, thank you so much for sitting with me today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for becoming a part of this little tea house story. Welcome to Kelly's Tea House, where we blend bush traditions with cozy ambience, and where the coziness I found abroad meets the warmth I have always known. And I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much I want to say thank you to all the persons who made it possible for me to go to Sweden. I want to say thank you to God for opening doors and having and pushing me through them when I didn't even know I needed it. I had no idea. There were so many things that happened on that trip. I remember when we went on this trip. Of course, it's a work trip, right? So we were told the hotel was booked and whatever. But when we got there to the hotel that they told us we were booked for, when we got there and it was raining, we were told that there was no booking. Because apparently those who went ahead of us, they went to the hotel and did not find it suitable. So they changed their hotel, but then they never booked any for us. So there we are traveling to Denmark, and it was Denmark first, traveling to Denmark, and we had nowhere to stay, and it was raining, and we've never been there before. We don't talk the language, nothing. And it was like 3 of us, right? And I remember we had to, work stuff out to get somewhere else to stay. And then when we're trying to get a hotel now, there were no rooms available because of the conference. All the hotels were booked. So that is how we ended up in Sweden. We had to drive now from Denmark to Sweden in order to find a hotel. And that's how we ended up in Malmö city. You see, count it all joy, because I'm going to get off now because I feel myself getting emotional, but count everything all joy, because there's going to come a day when you're going to realize that, oh my gosh, that thing that happened to me, there was a reason. It's connected somewhere. It's just that sometimes in that moment, you may not understand, why is this happening to me? I had a positive attitude the entire process, because I'm a solution oriented person. So when it happened, I was not the eldest there, or I was not the person in charge either. But I realized that because on our way there, the person who was the elder in the group, I think it was when we came to because we had to do connecting flights, and she lost her luggage. It was so many things that happened, and I kind of took over, like, okay, solutions. So when we got to that hotel, and what happened, it was again solution. And interestingly, one of the persons who were on that trip, I don't want to say who, their husband was one of my clients at the time, and he was on the trip too. And I remember when he heard, like, what? Like, Raquel don't have any hotel to stay? Okay, when I tell you that, man, God bless him, you know who you are. You've just been that was the first person who ever said to me, whatever your cost is, give me, I will pay it, because he valued me so much for the job that I did. And he was like, what? Raquel is a person who does not have anywhere to stay. Like, we need to fix this now, And we got a room where they were staying and everything until we were able to relocate. It was just and sometimes, you see, I'm learning now to appreciate and value myself, because I'm such a beautiful human, and I didn't know that for a very, very long time, But I just want to say thank you so much for watching. And here we are. After that trip impacted me so beautifully. And it really shifted. It shifted my focus. It changed. It brought so much to my life. And so I'm really humbled and I'm truly, truly grateful. And I just want to say to you right now, just thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for watching. It is my prayer that as I share these tasty tea house moments with you, that you will find joy in them and they'll inspire you to pursue your own comfort and care, even if it's just in a cup of tea. Awesome. I'm at Kelly's ASMR, aka Raquel Reese, the author, or Coach Raquel from mycoachministry.com, which is the umbrella for all the projects that I do. Food, fitness, faith. That's what I'm about. So I just want to say thank you and have a beautiful cup of tea as you go about your day.
Welcome to Tasty Tea House Moments. Sometimes adventures are not far away. Sometimes they grow quietly in our backyard. Join Kelly at Kelly's ASMR as we explore tea stories, Jamaican bush traditions, family memories, and the moments hidden inside every cup. Brew, savor, reflect. This is Tasty Tea House Moments. Thank you for sharing this tea house moment with me. Explore more tea stories, notes, and discoveries at tastyfoodadventures.com/teahouse. Until next time, pour gently, sip slowly, and enjoy the adventure.